Hey, what's up everybody? Shawn here. It's October 5th and I thought I'd do a review of an album I've been looking forward to for quite some time. I did this review last night, October 4th, the day it came out, but I lost it. YouTube was having some issues, so doing it again now. Anyway, New Found Glory. It's one of my favorite bands, and I've been looking forward to this album for a while. It was pretty hyped up and highly anticipated by a lot of people. New Found Glory posted a lot of things saying it was a really good album. It was like one of their best. They were really happy about it, and came out last night. I got my pre-order in the mail October 3rd, which came with this deluxe edition of Radiosurgery, which if you open it up has this really cool booklet inside. It's like kind of see-through on the cover, and the pictures you can like flip them upside down and it's a different picture, so it's really cool. And it's got I believe 11 tracks. This is the main album, and this comes with 4 extra tracks, including a cover of the Ramones' Blitzkrieg Bop, so that's great to have. Also with the pre-order, it's just a 2-bundle package. You get the shirt, the Radiosurgery Brain shirt, which is an awesome shirt that I definitely wanted, so I'm glad I got that. And then since I pre-ordered it, this was really cheap. The last album, Not Without a Fight, which I love this album, so I had to get this too. I didn't have it yet, and it was like $6, I think, with the pre-order, so that was a pretty good deal. And then I also got the Radiosurgery little record here. It's only got 2 songs on it. It's not like I'll ever play it, but it's cool to have, and it's pink, so that's awesome. And of course, the album leaked like a week and a half before it came out, so that sucks for the band, but since I ordered it anyway, I had to download it, and I've been listening to it over and over again, and then they streamed it online through Alternative Press. I found it, and they had this really cool thing where basically it was like a radio, which I thought was a really great idea, and there's all these broken pieces at the bottom. You had to drag them up to the top and not get electrocuted, and each time you do it, you get a song, you can listen to the album. I thought that was a great idea. It was really cool, and I did that and listened to it. But yeah, it is a good album. It was supposed to be more old school punk. They were saying it's going to be cross between like a little bit of the Ramones, some I don't know, lots of other old bands and stuff. So I was not sure what to expect. And when I listened to the first single, Radiosurgery, when that was released, I was really disappointed because it doesn't sound anything like the old New Found Glory that I knew. It was a lot different. The guitar riff was not one of Chad Gilbert's usual like kind of punk, heavy guitar riffs. It was a lot more. It's catchy guitar riff. It's good, but it's just it was a lot different. Everything, the drumming was very basic. There was a cool bass line halfway through the song. That's really good, but it's just like it felt a little empty. It felt not like New Found Glory, and but the more I listened to it, the more I enjoyed it, and now that it's on the album, I really like that song. That's one of my favorites on the album. And then once you get the album and you get track 2, it's Anthem for the Unwanted, and that gets you back into the more old New Found Glory feel. Not not quite old New Found Glory. It's definitely new and it's different, but it's but it's more like their old stuff, and it's a great song. It's nothing fantastic. I don't think it's good. And then the next song, Drill Into My Brain, is actually one of my favorites on the album. It's really catchy. It's got an awesome, it's like really fun and upbeat, really cool beat to it, just really catchy chorus, and it's just a fun song. It's nothing really spectacular, nothing amazing instrumentally. It's just fun and upbeat. Then track 4, I'm Not the One, is another great catchy song. They write a great chorus for it. They're just great at writing choruses that are going to get stuck in your head, and there's a lot of those on this album. And but I think the part that makes that song for me is the end with the gang vocals. There's this great chant at the end that just makes the song for me. So that was a really cool song. And then track 4 is a good song, but track 5, Ready Aim Fire, is another one of the standouts for the album. It's got a really catchy guitar riff again, but it's a little different. But it's got some really cool, chants at the very end again from Jordan, lead vocalist. It's just this really cool chant he does at the end that makes the album for me, or makes that song for me, and I think that's really good. But I got my little notes here so I don't forget what I'm talking about. And then next song is good. Like every song on here is really good on the album. There's not a song that I don't like. Every song is good. It's just they're all, okay. They're all good songs. Now, there's a few that are really good, but none of them are just like spectacular, just stand out really great songs. Which it's a little disappointing. But the more I listen to it, the more I enjoy it. Also, like a lot of other New Found Glory albums before. So I'm sure the more I listen to it, the more I'll enjoy it, and the more I'll say it's a really good album. My next favorite track would be number 7, Summer Fling Don't Mean a Thing, and this is probably my favorite track on the album. I think, and it's got probably the catchiest chorus they've written on this album. It's got stuck in my head for like days on end. It's just a really catchy chorus that you just can't get out of your head, and then it's just outlined by this really great, very simple, but just really upbeat, catchy drum beat in the background. That it just pop punk at its best. That's fine. That's what New Found Glory does. And then track 8, Caught in the Act, which I was quite disappointed with because it's the only guest vocals on the album by a girl that I don't even know who she is, but I think it was the song's okay, but it was kind of a wasted guest vocalist. It's completely unnecessary. It doesn't really bring anything to the table. Doesn't add to the song. It's slower. I didn't really enjoy it. I thought if they're gonna bring someone in, they could have brought someone better in to make it, make it a better song. But maybe I don't know who she is. I'm sure she means something to them, so that's why they had her on the album. But it's an okay song. It's one that I might skip if I'm listening to it. And next track, Memories and Battle Scars, is it kind of, as soon as you listen to it, gets you right back into the more old school New Found Glory. It's got a different catchy guitar riff that reminiscent of their past albums. One that actually sounds very, very similar to something that's not Without a Fight. So which I love that album. So right then, and I get into the song and I start enjoying it a lot. Whoops, totally forgot to mention the theme of Radiosurgery, so I'm going to throw this in the middle somewhere. Sorry. Anyway, I'm going to read this off real quick. Radiosurgery is a medical procedure that allows non-invasive treatment used to target unwanted memories in the brain. Radiosurgery operates by directing highly focused waves of ionizing sound with high precision. It's a relatively recent technique, 1997, which has been shown to be beneficial for treatment for past regrets and lost love. So, I think that's a really cool idea, what they did with this album. Basically, non-invasive treatment, sound waves that can cure, bad memories and depression, things like that. So the theme of the album, Radiosurgery, being that it, gets inside your head, and this upbeat, happy, poppy music, whatever, that can just basically cure what ails you mentally. I think that's a really great idea for an album, really great theme, and that as you look through the cover, it's got really cool things that go with it. On the back, it says it's got like the treatment, and then there's like treatments checked off the songs, and then on the back it says extra dosage. So you've got the 10 or 11 treatments, which is the songs, the album, and then extra dosage right there, which I think is a really cool idea. And says that it is basically symptoms right here: mental breakdowns, abnormal heart rate, loss of memory, migraines, loss of breath. So if any of those things are ailing you, then this is an album that will cure it. As I was saying, Memories and Battle Scars, it's more old school New Found Glory feeling. It's got a more punk feel to it. It's got the heavier guitar riff, and it's got a cool drum beat in the background. It's got some gang vocals in there. Catchy, another really catchy chorus that I love. The lyrics are a little weird, but it's a catchy chorus that definitely gets stuck in your head. And then it's capped off with a really great little breakdown, pop punk breakdown that's very familiar to New Found Glory, which I think is something that this album's lacking a lot. I know that's what they were going for, is a different feel, a high energy, upbeat feel, and less of the breakdowns and things that they have in their other albums. But I miss that a little bit in this album. it's definitely I definitely notice it right away, but it still has some, it's not completely absent. And the last two tracks on the album, Train Wreck and Map of Your Body, both good songs. Map of Your Body is a little better. Train Wreck's an okay song. And Map of Your Body is good. It's definitely a catchy, upbeat, good song. It's not like a standout, something I'm really gonna listen to. If I'm gonna go play the album, just pick a song, it's not one I would pick. So that's the album right there. And then if you get the deluxe edition, you've got 4 extra tracks: Separate Beds, Over Again, and Sadness, and Blitzkrieg Bop. And actually, Separate Beds, the first track, is it's one of my favorites on the album. I think it actually should have made the album. I really like it. It's primarily because it's got a more of an old school New Found Glory feel to it, with a heavier, cool breakdown at the end with a really catchy little guitar riff, that I miss from the older stuff. So this definitely sounds a lot like their older stuff, and I can tell why it didn't make the album. Doesn't really fit in with the rest of the songs, but it's one of my favorite tracks on the album, or in the deluxe edition. So I'm glad I got that, and I really like it. And they did a great cover of Blitzkrieg Bop too, which is really cool. And so overall, the album is more poppy and upbeat in a feel to it. It doesn't have as heavy a guitar. I noticed that there's a little more, upbeat bass lines in the album, and some very simple drumming. Not that, it's not good or anything like that, but it's just very simple, basic, upbeat, keeps the album moving, rather than, some of the, different stuff that they used to do before with the breakdowns and the more punk sounding stuff. It's a lot less punk in the way of, what they used to sound like. It's more upbeat, and some more upbeat guitar riffs. It definitely has that old school feel to it also, like, old school punk bands, a little bit of Green Day, a little bit of, just older punk bands, like the simple riffs, simple, pop punk, just upbeat music that keeps going, not much depth. Downfalls to the album is that there is not much depth. In lyrics, all of the lyrics seem very empty. I know the last album, I felt like I could, kind of relate to the lyrics and everything. And Coming Home, I thought had some really great songs and some really great lyrics, even though that's not really a favorite of, New Found Glory fans. I love that album. But this one, the lyrics are just, they feel empty and emotionless. They feel like they're just there to sound catchy and sound good. They didn't, really write songs that really mean anything to them, which, from watching interviews, that's completely the opposite. They said that they can relate to these lyrics a lot more, and that they're, they mean something, but it feels like you can't quite connect with them as much. The album moves along at such a pace that you feel like they're just kind of writing it and putting it out to, it's like, this sounds good here, rather than really writing an album they really want to, mean something and flow right. It has a different feel to it that makes me miss the old New Found Glory. But it is good. It is definitely a good album. That's what it is. It's New Found Glory. They consistently put out, good albums. It sounds like New Found Glory. It sounds like what they do best. They've been around for a long time. They've been doing what they do for a long time, and they consistently they know how to write good songs. It's not bad, and it is not amazing. It is very good, and it's very entertaining. It's not something you want to listen to when you just want to rock out in the car, blast some poppy, punk music, and I'm sure it'll be great live, which they've got the, Pop Punk's Not Dead tour coming up with Set Your Goals, Man Overboard this time next year, the Wonder Years. That's going to be a great show. That'll be really cool, and a lot of this music will be really good to hear live. I miss their old stuff, and I hope that the next album is going to kind of touch back on what some of their older stuff feel like. This has a little bit of older feel to it, but it doesn't have quite the depth that the older albums did. So overall, I would definitely recommend Radiosurgery. It was a great album. I would buy it. I'd buy the deluxe edition. There's 3 extra tracks on there that are all good, and then the cover of Blitzkrieg Bop, which is good. So I would definitely support them. Go out and buy the album. If you downloaded it, like I did, that's fine, but buy it too. So anyway, thanks for watching, and go out and pick it up.